beautiful Sunday morning, and there's another couple of changes happening along this bed here on the left hand side. So what I wanted to do initially was to put in the hybrid nanus Trachycarpus palms, and this one here is a nanus nova. This one is a wagnerianus. I have a second one on the way. I have a purebred nanus here. They only went down recently. But these two here, this is a waggy princeps, and I have a pure princeps in here. So the princeps and the waggy princeps, they're going to come out, and what will be going in is the second wagnerianus, and this one here, it's a fortunei nanus. So in this place here, I'll be putting the pure princeps. Right, so I've added a good bit of the composted manure, blended it up with the soil, but I think it's going to look really good with the pure princeps here to the front. Should fill up this area when you're coming down around the paths. It's like a crossroads here, and you have fingers crossed in years to come now it'll really stand out. Right, so I was planning on actually getting another pure princeps, but I'm going to just stick with the original plan, and so there's no need to get another one if I have one here. Get this in. Okay, so our princeps has gone in. Plenty of root ball on it. Looks like there's signs of fresh root growth as well come at the end of it. I'm going to put some stone around the base of this to try and keep the soil and muck away from the base and the start of the trunk down there, to see if it can help prevent any canker developing, which can happen with princeps. Right, so the second one I have here is the waggy princeps, and it looks like it's doing really well. Okay, you can just see those Trachycarpus palm roots. Trachycarpus develop a huge root system. What I found out when I was transplanting the two big ones. So I have the good sized root ball here, all intact, and these two palms should transplant with no problems. Right, so the Waggy princeps I'm going to place to the front and centre of this raised bed here. In here. Got some tetrapanics on either side. The Eucalyptus stalrempliana behind it. Got 4 Trachyfortunei at the back. And some bamboo and some Scheffler, and we also have this is the second nanus in here. So I think to the front and the centre it's gonna, when you come down this path, swing off for the tunnel, it's going to show up here, you know. So I think I'm trying to get plants and nice palms in the pivotal points where they'll really show off to their best. There's no point in getting a princeps, a Waggy princeps, and putting them in at the back of the border or something. Right, so that's the wagnerianus, sorry, the Waggy princeps, and this is going to go into a full size or a larger palm than the nanus, and that's why I wanted to take those, the princeps and the Waggy princeps out, because they weren't going to match the nanus hybrids that I've put in. But this is already looking very striking with its palm leaves. I'll put cloches over these for the winter to keep them dry. I'm going to give them a water anyway, get them settled in. I'll put the stone around them. That's the pure princeps, so when you come down the path, when you're turning, you'll have this princeps. It's going to just fill up this whole area here with the beautiful princeps palm leaves. Now I have the nanus fortunei cross. I'm going to take that out. Right, so the fortunei nanus is gone out, and I have it in here now. And I've just put the pea gravel and stone back over it. So, as I said at the start there, I'm waiting for a wagnerianus, and I'll put this one in here in the corner. So we'll have the nanus and nanus hybrids all along this. These stones are going to be left here, but the stones here of the path I'm actually going to push out to under the fence, and I'm bringing in more stone, and this whole path is going to widen out to from the fence to here. It's going to be much wider. So that's the fortunei nanus. Right, so a plant just to the front of where I was working, taking out the fortunei nanus and putting in the princeps, was this shrub here. and it looks super healthy, and it's nice and green, but it hasn't grown at all really. It's been down for about 3 seasons. It's the Rus typhina tiger eyes. I think it goes to 2 or 3 meters height and spread, and I think it was just getting bullied out of it by all the rest of the plants that are up there. So I'm going to give it some space, move it to a different spot, and hopefully it'll do well. They do have a lovely, I think it's known as the staghorn as well, so they do get a lovely I think it's an autumn display, but they do have and they have nice leaves that fit well into the style of the jungle tropical garden. It might defoliate, I'm not too sure. Well, it's going to defoliate over winter anyway, but hopefully it'll kick off next season in here. Right, so if plants are struggling and are not doing well, don't be afraid to change them. I think if you have some kind of woody shrubs or trees or something, if they're small enough, or if you can handle them, take them out and move them, because the autumn is the time to do it. Or if you want to leave it to late spring. But if they're not doing well, why leave them there and they're going to die? I think if I'd have left these 2 loquats where they were, there was one up here at the back of that bed, and there was one up here, I think it was in the far corner of the chicken men. They weren't doing well at all, but since I moved them, there's new growth and they look healthy. We'll see how they get on. This one I definitely thought was dead, and it's showing new growth. It might grow funny now at the top after dying off there, but fingers crossed they'll this one's going to catch all the morning sun. Yeah, move them if they're not doing well. Eucalyptus are starting to shoot up now. That one there, look, it's already up to here. So I've watered in the plants that I'm after moving around this morning, and there's 2 other princeps hybrids that I'll have a look at. I still have the canes around. I'm going to put the canes around that princeps there now, and the Mikey princeps, so the dogs get the idea not to run into them. So these are common princeps hybrids. And they've settled in, they're doing well, throwing out new spears. I can move these canes out because you can actually see the growth now starting to push into the canes. And I've dressed the bottom with stone, try and keep that trunk nice and tidy and clean. Periodically come in and clear out all the weeds from underneath it. Yeah, so these princeps common hybrids, these are doing really well. 2 spears, one there, one there. It's a good sign. Yeah, So these are doing well here. And I've got more trackies in at the back along here. Right, so another thing that has struggled, I've noticed coming in to the end of the summer, even though we had a super hot baking summer, is the Italian stone pine. And we can see a lot of the branches are starting to die off. And it's just this, as this bed here is developing, it's getting more, it's getting wetter, damper for some of the plants, and it's not really a dry bed anymore. So I'm going to take this up and pot it up, bring it into the polytunnel for the winter, blend a lot of sand and gravel, and bring it back on. Yeah.